Let's talk about regular expressions or regex, and I understand if you want to leave the video right away because you will say this is complex, this is for programmers and we can do it. No, you can. You are better than that. And the good news is that this is not as hard as it seems, because I know there are special characters like things that nobody understands if you don't program, but once you understand a little bit of this, you will notice that this is simple and that you can steal formulas from our blogs and documentation. I don't do that, of course, I do it all the time. I copy and paste from documentation most of the times, and you can do it as well. I will explain a little bit more about regex or regular expressions. Remember, a regular expressions is the way we explain a computer a specific query. If I wanted to ask a computer, okay, please from this list, give me all the strings that are emails. Or also, please give me all the words that start with A and with capital letters. How do you ask that to a computer? The way you ask it is with regular expressions, and I will show you how it works on Data Studio right now. Okay, let's create our first regular expressions, and I will start with this example. I have a table that breaks down my data, my sessions data, by page URL. I would like to know this. I would like to group pages that contain the word YouTube and the ones that contain the word Android and the ones that contain the word Google, so I can know which topics or which products in my store have more traffic. To do this exercise, I will create a new dimension that is called topic. Just like case statements, I will start with a case. And then I start with a condition, so I will go and I will type when. And what is the rule I want to do? I want to say, okay, if the word Google or YouTube or Waze or Android are included, please type the word branded or something like that. So this is the rule I want to create. If the page URL contains YouTube, I want to tag it as YouTube. If it contains Waze, I will tag it as Waze, and so on with Android and Google. How do I tell this to a computer? I will use a function that is called regex. As you can see, I have three functions working with regular expressions on Data Studio. I can extract data that matches a specific pattern, I can replace it, or I can simply look for a specific match. In this case, I will go with this one, which is the most common one, which is regex match. So to mention a rule, I need to follow this structure. The rule in this case, I will tell you how the regex work. I will use a regex that tells Data Studio to search in any part of the string the word YouTube. So I will use this. This might seem confusing. What these symbols mean? This is the most common and most permissive regular expressions. When I do this, in the closing and the beginning of the expression I want to search, I mean, okay, I want you to look for YouTube in the beginning or in the end of the string. That's everything that we are mentioning here. And I want to do the same with Google and with Waze and with Android. So this rule means that I want you to look for YouTube in the beginning or in the end of the string. Wherever you can find it, please search for YouTube. Okay, if I don't accomplish this rule, then I will use else and I want to use other. And I will end the clause. Let's see if it works. And it seems to work. Home doesn't contain YouTube, so it is other. This one contains YouTube somewhere, it is YouTube. It is great. I will make it a little bit bigger. Perfect, but there are more brands I would like to mention as well. I also want to mention Google. So I will copy and paste this function and I will replace the values YouTube for Waze, for Android and for Google. As you can see, this regular expression seems to work. If the page URL contains the word YouTube, I tag it with YouTube, and if it contains Google, I tag it as Google. Now I can remove the page dimension, and this way we can break down our website traffic by topics. As you can see, understanding regular expressions is not that difficult, and actually 90% of the times you will use quite simple regular expressions. If you want to advance more on this topic, I encourage you to learn regular expressions in other channels, especially if you want to learn SQL. Many people ask, Juan, I want to learn advanced Google Data Studio. There is no such a thing as advanced Google Data Studio. There is SQL and regular expressions. Let's continue with this tutorial by blending our data sources.